30 minutes, a 30-minute session where we always get the same questions. How do you start a channel? How do you grow a channel? How do you get to where you are? And today,
and how do you get slow like this slow joke over here? Look at him, he just now getting stuff. Oh,
wow.
Man. It is Halloween. It is Halloween. Oh, man. Yeah, that's Get out of there, man. Yeah, man, and Robert, get out of here.
He said, get out of here.
Get on here, Gap Man. Man, was no Gap salt. With Gap Man and Robert. Get on out there.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, guys, before we got teased, anyway, we hope that over the next 30 minutes, if you have questions, you'll have an opportunity at the end to ask questions. But what I want to do is give the floor to the hostess with the mostest, along with
Dunk Master, can we get you to the stage?
along with these two hosts, Demonology, Dunk Master. I just want to give them a few minutes, man. The floor is yours, brother. Yes, sir.
Donkey Doolittle, come to the stage. Donkey Doolittle, come to the stage.
Come on, brother. Looking like come up here like Frankenstein. Hey, y'all, check it out. A lot of people ask us, how do you start a YouTube channel? What equipment do you need? How do you get it going? Look, guys, most people today have a cell phone. Cell phones have enough technology in it today for you to run a YouTube channel. You don't have to go out and spend $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 on the camera. All you have to do is make content and be dedicated. When I say make content and be dedicated, you have to be consistent with what you put up. Think about your channel name before you create your channel name. If you like cakes, you don't want to call your channel name Mrs. Hot Rod. You want to call it Betty Crocker or Mrs. Cook. Okay, try to tie it into what you're doing. Just little simple things like that. Now when I say post often and be consistent, you can trick the YouTube analytics. If you're constantly putting out product on a regular basis, the YouTube analytics will see that you're constantly active and they'll start putting your channel up in front of people. You can't post something 1 month and then wait 2 months later and then post something else. Thumbnails are very important. Thumbnails are the most important thing that you can do. Everybody talks about clickbait. Thumbnail is clickbait. Yep. When you look at a commercial on TV, they have about 6 seconds to grab your attention. If they can't grab your attention, you're gonna turn it to something else. Clickbait. Don't worry about what somebody says. You gotta grab their attention within the first 6 seconds. If you throw a video up and it does no good, it's not the video's fault, it's the thumbnail. Go back and change the thumbnail, because if they scroll through it, they see it, they don't click on it, it's done with. What I found with my channel is that we have verses. Anytime we put a demon face versus any other vehicle face, for some reason our click-through rate scoots up to the sky. So find out what it is that your channel gets a lot of clicks on those thumbnails, create those thumbnails. Also, similar thumbnails. A lot of my thumbnails have a black background. When people, it trains them. When you see a black background with a red border, boom, it's automatically telling you there's something with demonology. We're training you to click onto that particular thumbnail. So your thumbnails are very important. Look at your analytics. Watch your YouTube channel and see where people drop off. It will tell you that in the YouTube studio. If you see the first 40 seconds, everybody is bailing out of your channel, go and find out why. Are you repeating yourself? Are you not talking about the subject that you promised and they had enough of waiting on it? Are you boring yourself? Whatever the reason, find out where they're dropping off at in the analytics and jump in there and fix it. By all means, as you're getting to the end of your video, don't say, all right, guys, that's all we got to have, and then want to talk about something for 5 minutes. Because when you say, all right, guys, I'm done, people are clicking off your channel and they're going. Those are the simple things of YouTube. don't need big expensive cameras. Use your phone. Be consistent. Post often. When I say consistency, start out and say I'm going to post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, maybe Saturday. Just post on those consistent days. At the same time, you're training people to pop up at those particular times. All right, guys. From that, I'm going to turn the floor over to...
So, as we all know, Dunk Master is not going to talk about YouTube
Dunk
per se.
Dunk is an Instagram champion.
But
we gonna
social media on a whole, this man has built a whole brand off of it to the point where he's famous now. We let him. He's famous. He on TV. You know what I mean? So just speak to a little bit, Dunk Master, how you built such a huge following on social media, because you're gonna find that he's gonna say a lot of the same things that he just said.
The one thing I would like for Dunk Master to
I
talk
said,
about
Dunk Master, can you?
is the haters. I would like for him to talk about the haters.
So this is how, as far as like building a brand on social media and doing your thing on YouTube, you have to stay consistent. I've been racing cars since 2002 as far as drag racing and actually racing cars. I've been building cars since about 2003, 2004. But I've been very consistent on what I've been doing and as far as my product been the entire time. Like everybody knows me as a Dunk Master. I'd have had over 30, 40 dunks, you know what I'm saying? But then I started the traveling and stuff as far as doing the dunks and stuff like that. But as far as staying consistent and keeping your brand the same, you don't want to start doing like he demonized that he turned it now he Corbett, you know what I mean? Like you got.
Why you gotta say Corbett?
You want to go to Chevrolet, you got to slow down. Stay with this. So, but it really is just staying consistent on what you know what I mean, your brand and what you want to do, what you want to talk about, and staying consistent. And you know what I mean, really just giving your followers and supporters something to see. Like you said, analytics. Staying on top of your analytics on what's going on, where you hot at, what city you hot in, you know what I mean, when people watching your channel, how long you want your minutes to last, on your views and all that kind of stuff like that. So really just staying consistent on that. But it's really just being consistent, and if people talking about you, you're doing something right, you know what I'm saying? So if they talking about you bad or good, they still talking about you. People talking about me in countries all over the world.
What? They talking about you?
Everywhere, Switzerland, Netherlands, Holland, Denmark, Australia, Japan. It's all over the world, you know what I mean? They talk about you all over the world, all the time, and that's gonna keep you hot too, you know what I'm saying? So it's really just staying consistent on what you want to do and what you're about, and don't never let nobody knock you up your rock or whatever kids may be. They gonna try, you know what I mean? They might get to you a little bit, but it don't make no difference to me. I just, you know what I mean? I keep on going and keep doing what I'm doing. Really just staying consistent on your brand. If you believe in it, you gotta do it. And then, you know what I mean? That's when other people start to believe in it when you believe in yourself. As long as you believe in yourself, then that's the only way other people will really believe in you. So that's really what I did for all this time. That's all I'm gonna do.
Hey, and what you always say, if they could have did it, they would already what? They would already done it. They would already done it.
So that's two people you guys heard from, and the word that I keep hearing, one word I keep hearing the most is what?
Consistency.
And we got TJ Millionaire Mentor here, who is the fastest growing YouTube channel of everybody standing here right now. That includes him, me, Stunna, everybody. TJ, man, you come and just give people a couple words of how you are growing so fast.
Shit, I don't know. That's the truth. I don't know. Here's the thing, guys. Like, I've always loved cars, and but I'm a businessman, right? So that's my thing. I've been a businessman from forever. I think, you know, I was talking to your wife. Your wife was talking about your son, and he said, "I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna be a millionaire." And that was me as a kid, right? So that was me, right? So it starts with wanting something and wanting something bigger. And the thing for me, the reason why I even came here, besides the fact that demonology said, "Man, come on down," is that, and the reason why I paid the money, he didn't pay me to get here. He didn't.
I can't afford you, man.
He said, "Hey, look,
I had your money, I'll throw mine away."
He said, "Come down," and I wanted to ship the car down, ship some cars down, and I just, you know, they say I just got in the Mopar community, even though I've owned my bike for 3 years. You know, they said I just got in the Mopar community, because I guess y'all don't consider.
No, we consider. Hey, that's Steph with the Viper. That's Steph. You and Steph. Him and Steph got in a big argument about how the Viper is not the best Mopar.
Who said that?
That's what Steph said. I told y'all the Demon is the best Mopar.
Y'all gonna have to watch the video, his video, to see that argument. It got heated.
But hey, so here's the thing. My thing is this: is that I started posting cars but I did it reluctantly actually, because I would get on, and I'm a business guy, so I coach people, I help people make money. So my name on Instagram and on YouTube is TJ Millionaire Mentor, but it's not because I'm a millionaire. It is, I am. I mean, I've made lots of money. I built a company to over about $50 million and sold it, and I just sold it in February. So that's one of the big things. I have about 8 to 10 real estate projects going on now. I have 5 of them over in, and then probably going to have another 3 or 4 over in Washington, D.C. So, and the big thing that I do now, though, is I built another business that's all about online marketing that teaches people to sell products, sell things, right? So as such, we've always had to create content that matters. We can't just create content. We got to create content that has some sort of impact. So I think that's what I've been doing, is trying to create content that has a message behind it. Yeah, I post my cars because I love my cars. You know, that's my passion. I'm passionate about road racing, ROAD racing, and I'm going to learn how to drag race. So I don't know nothing about drag racing, even though he wants to pour gas sauce all over me.
You know you better get there. Don't worry about the gas sauce.
And he wants to snatch my soul. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I bought out my Aventador. They want to do all that to me, even though I don't know anything about drag racing.
He's making excuses right now, real
but I love cars, right? So I started posting about things that I love, but trying to figure out how to post things that matter. And the things that I've been trying to do is to drop knowledge all the time. So right now, the 2 things that I would say that's maybe a little bit different than what these guys do is that, you know, we don't own YouTube, we don't own Instagram, and the TikTokers, as you see, we don't own TikTok. So for those people that build a following on any of those platforms can come and go, change. They can change the algorithm for how often they see you or any of that stuff. So the one thing that I would say is make sure that you guys create some sort of list, email list that you're getting people on your email list, right? So for us, we figure the number of people that you have on your email list is it relates to how much money you're going to make a month. So if you have 1,000 people on your email list, you probably make $1,000 a month, right? If you have 100,000 people on your email list, you'll make about $100,000 a month, right? Pre-COVID, we were making about $2 million a month, right? So our email list, we were just killing, right? You know, post-COVID, we're probably about, you know, a fourth of that, you know, or a little bit more than that. So the thing is, and the thing that we've done differently, and so when I say we, I talk about myself in terms of TJ Millionaire Mentor, but my business partner, JJ Smith, right? So JJ Smith, I don't know, anybody know JJ Smith?
Yeah.
JJ Smith? Yeah, JJ, you know him, right? So JJ Smith does weight loss and stuff like that, and we have, so what we do as a brand, right? And so I think there's a lot of people that got the merchandise thing, right? And then there's some people that got the live event thing. This is a live event, right? So you can make money on merchandise, you can make money in live events. Another way you can make money, and I don't know if you're doing it, but I think you're doing it based on the last video I saw, is by building associations. So what I heard was that NDRA is the only way. NDRA is the only way. So you own that association. So I love that, right? So you can build an association. People don't think about that, right? So he's like, hey, look, I'm the dog master. So why don't I build an association? People that want to participate, I'm going to put some rules, I'm going to put some communication around, I'm going to put some events around. I don't have to run all of it.
So I can do the YouTubers Racers Association.
You can do whatever you want.
There it is, YouTubers Racers Association.
But for some ladies, I remember I used to tell this lady, I used to tell her all the time, do the U.S. Makeup Artists Association. You know, do the whatever drag racing association. Do whatever it is, right? So that's a way to make money. But the other ways to make money are, you know, and so, and what I'm saying is, the reason why I'm saying this is, you know, these guys can tell you how to grow your channel, how to be consistent. He can tell you how to do it on Instagram. He can tell you how to do it on YouTube. For me, even if you go to our channel, it doesn't even look like the channel would make the kind of money that it does, like JJ Smith, right? Because they never follow. But we monetize it. And the way we monetize it is by creating stuff that makes an impact. And in one case, we help people lose weight, right? We just created a product that helps people manage their blood sugar without having to be on pharmaceutical stuff, right? So we create products that actually work and products that actually matter. And so merchandise, right? And people give you love because they like your brand and they're a fan. They become a fan. They like your stuff. They support you. But beyond that, you can create other products that teach people something or help people achieve something. The other thing you can do is that you can build classes. So you can build classes, online classes, and I think teaching is going to be one of the most powerful ways that people make money. There's a lot of people that teach a specific thing, right? And because they teach that specific thing, they make lots of money. So I'm not teaching you how to grow your stuff. I'm teaching you how to make money off your stuff, right? So learning to teach. If somebody out here is an elementary school teacher, right? One of the things I'm trying to do in South Carolina right now is to teach early education or early reading, right? So early reading. So if somebody out here is like, hey, I taught my kid to read at 2, I taught my kid to read at 3, that's something that you can build classes on and teach other parents to teach their kid to read at 2, 3, or whatever. Or I taught my kid to play music, you know, or I teach kids to play music, or I know how to be a great football coach or a basketball coach, or whatever. So online classes is another great way to do stuff. E-books is a great way to do stuff. Obviously books, we've done, and I've negotiated $5 million contracts on book publishing deals. So we sell a lot of books. I think we sold books in at least 23 different countries in different languages. And one of JJ's books has been on the New York Times bestseller list for over 52 weeks straight. And so what JJ and I have done is we've been the marketing behind all of this. So just because you write a book, that's great. Anybody authors here? Authors? Well, look, you can become an author, you can make money. And the one thing about writing a book, right, and all of you guys, if you're on YouTube, and I know these guys here already, right, at least somebody, but I've been talking to you, you know, great story.
Don't look too far back.
Great story. This stuff's documented. But people, as you know, because you're already doing some stuff, people will buy your story, right? You just got to package it up. And then you got your books, but you also have ebooks. And the thing about ebooks, you can sell ebooks for way more than you can sell a regular book. Because a regular book, people aren't going to pay for so much. An ebook can be very specific, where you focus on one thing, right? That you focus on just dragons, how to do this, how to make the demon and maximize the demon. You might be able to sell a book for $20 or $19.99 or something like that. But if it was a book on it, you're going to sell it for what, $7, $8, something like that. And then if you're selling an ebook, you don't have the overhead. So there's ebooks, there's books, there's live events, there's associations, there's online classes, and there's products. But the focus for me and for my brands is to help people, whatever I create, to do impact. So people ask me all the time, do I have merch? I don't, because I don't know how to help people with my merch, right? I love for people to wear my shirt, but what I want to do is I want to help you make money, and that's what I do, and that's my focus. And so for all of you guys, as you're building your channels and stuff, the 2 things I want to leave you with is build an email list, right? Get those people on your email list, because you might see your channel once. You might not come back, right? But if you have an email list, when you have some hot titles and stuff like that, you can push it out to the email list and say, hey, look, check out my videos that I did with email, right? So do your email list and think about building products beyond just the merch, right? If people are doing merch, but think about what you've done in your past, what you've done that you're good at, what you've done that you're passionate at, what you become skilled at. Think about those things and figure out a way to package that up and sell that. And when you're doing that, don't get into this thing like, I'm not there yet. Well, all you have to do is be there beyond some of the people that's already behind you. You don't have to go, you don't have to be the best of the best ever. You just have to be better than the people that you're teaching and be in a situation where you can legitimately help them come up, right? So that's all I got for you, man. So,
Thank you, brother.
hey, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for the love.
Hey, man, how much is that car we rode in last night?
A lot. A lot. Wait a minute, did that help anybody? Because y'all look like y'all and y'all.
It did, sir.
Hey, man, it's a lot of
Wait.
How much
It sounds like y'all don't want this kind of information.
No,
Yeah.
I know it helped me.
Yeah, definitely.
It helped me.
Give me some gas on.
So just going off of, piggybacking off of TJ real quick, and he just taught you so much on a bigger picture, right? Because that's the way his mind works. It's singular and find that thing, but then find that thing and figure out 7 ways to monetize it. Right? At least 7, right? And that's something that he's still learning, that I'm still learning, he's still learning. So that was extremely helpful. On a smaller scale, a lot of the questions a lot of people always ask or want to ask, or the videos that get the most views is, how much did I make off a video that had 100,000 views? How many people want to know about that information? How much money we make off of YouTube, right? That's a question that always comes about, and the formula is very, very simple. YouTube pays what's called a CPM. It's called a cost per mil. Not only YouTube that pays that, but pretty much that's the industry standard for all digital, right? So on YouTube, automotive YouTubers on average, depending on how engaging your content is, pays anywhere I've seen as low as $6, and I've seen as much as $11, $12. Have you seen that before? Yeah. So the videos that, it may not have a lot of views, but it was very engaging, people watch a long time, carries a higher CPM. But on average, let's call it $8, right? So you have a 10,000 view video, that means that per 1,000 views, each 1,000 pays you $8. That's a good gauge of the amount of money that you could think to make. So if you can say that I want to have a channel that does 500,000 views a month, then you can calculate, you can do that 500,000 divided by 8, and that should be around the amount of money that you make that month from your YouTube. And you're gonna see very, very quickly, it may seem like a lot, but it is very little. It is very little, and that's why you need 7. You need 7 streams of revenue from that, right? Because you spend the amount of time that you spend producing content. I can speak for me personally. I still got a day job. I work every single day. So in between my day job, it may not seem like it because I create 3 videos a week, come hell or high water. Consistency. That's how I began to grow. I became very, very consistent. Another thing is I began to find my niche. So much so that when I post something else now, y'all don't give a F and they don't get the views. But anyway, I can kind of say this month I want to make that, and I know what content I need to make in order to get there. But again, AdSense is just a small piece of the pie of the money that you can make doing this. Because what you're really doing is you're not building a YouTube. Mod to Fame is a brand. Mod to Fame can do events. Mod to Fame can do merchandise, modtofame.com. Mod to Fame can do a little bit, just a little bit of a plug. But Mod to Fame can do anything. I can pretty much associate with anything that I believe in. Anything that I want to associate my name to, I now have the ability to do that because of you all and all the people that view. Companies are looking at ways on how they can get in front of people, right? So you have influencers, you have really big influencers like Donkmaster, and then you have micro influencers. So today, no matter how big, no matter how small your channel is, you can monetize your channel today. If you got 100 subscribers, you are what's called a micro influencer. Maybe those 100 people will do whatever the hell you say do. And there's a company right now that wants to reach those 100 people. So make sure that you understand your brand. Make sure you understand you. Don't try to be like nobody else. Don't try to be like Demonology. Don't try to be like Stunner Reese. Don't try to be like Dunkmaster. Don't try to be like G-Dog. Don't try to be like TJ. Be you. Be you. 100. Did I say that right? Yep. There we go. Be you. I've been watching the video. Be you. Be you. Also, lastly, be a student of your craft. I hear a lot of times, I don't watch nobody else. I don't watch it. That's a lie. That is an absolute lie. Trends, things change so quickly, right? Be a student of your craft. Know what's going on in your industry. Know your competition. I love this brother. He is my competition at the end of the day. We are fighting for your attention. Sometimes we may come together, and we do it together. And then sometimes I give him the finger because I want those views.
But this guy, he's not my competition. Y'all gonna see today.
You know what? You said something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I love the fact that you said he's your competition. And for me, I don't look at it that way.
Yes.
Right? I don't look at it that way. Like, demonology, don't
Yes.
master. For me, try to make your content so different, so unique, that you don't have any competition. Right? So it's cooperation, right? Because for me, if these guys
Fair
call
enough.
me and say, hey, look, meet me here, let's do this, I'm gonna help, I'm gonna do it, right? Because I love cars. I don't care who's up here. Nobody loves cars more than me.
Competition! Competition!
Ain't no competition how much I love cars, right? But my point is that my content's not gonna be here. I can't do what he does.
Absolutely
Can't
not.
do what you do. I can't do what he does.
That's correct.
So I gotta do what I do. And the thing is that you literally can sit down. Some of y'all drink some wine, some of y'all don't. I know you don't drink.
No, sir.
So some of y'all sit down, but the only limitation we have is right here. Right? To come up with an idea or to come up with an angle that somebody else didn't do and to press that really hard. Now, so for me, I ain't got no competition up here, right? I ain't got no competition anywhere. My competition, this is all cooperation, you know what I mean? So it's competition if we race. Well, wait, it ain't competition if we race because
Hey man, he said
these
you
guys
was
teach me.
700,000 slow.
This guy.
That's how much his car was. He said that's 700,000 slow.
Yeah. So y'all gonna compete today. Wait, who's gonna win this competition?
Between these two.
Demonology. Demonology?
Is it gonna be demonology?
Demonology.
Yes.
Is it gonna be Down Master?
Demonology. I want to hear if it's demonology.
Demonology.
Dog Master. Demonology. Dog Master. Yeah, that's how that's what the competition is on the track. But out here, guys, we can help each other, right? And reality is, think through it. Come up with an angle that's uniquely yours. Figure out who you're serving, right? And all of this, man, everything he said is spot on, right? And so what I do when I think about competition is I think about there's another TJ, right? That's a little bit younger, better looking, work harder, has more money, right? And he's trying to beat me. And that's my only competition is that dude. Because if I can think about that dude and I can beat him, I'm good. But if I start thinking about him, I'm gonna lose my voice. I'm gonna start trying to act like him. I'm gonna try to act like I ain't, but it's just So guys, your competition is you and what's in between here. So you can come up with an angle and kill it. And I hope all y'all do. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Figure out your brand, know your brand, know who you are so you can be the best you. And then, once you figure that all out, then you can devise ways on how you can make it your thing. One day, my goal is, just like the rest of you, one day I want to walk away from my job and be like, I don't need you no more. However, I get paid handsomely, and that's how I was able to come to YouTube already with cars. That being said, listen guys, I just want to encourage all of you to just continue to be motivated. And last but not least, man, I wanted to talk about my boy Stunner Reese here, who's been rocking with us, who's been rocking through everything. My man has had significant life changes, ups and downs.
Absolutely.
I mean, here today, but still here tomorrow through it all. So, man, talk to us a little bit, Stunner, about how you overcome those challenges.
All right, so real talk. My vernacular ain't as good as these guys, man. I'm from the streets, you know what I'm saying? But,
We need that, brother.
But no, I just want to say that if you're getting into YouTube just to get rich, you're getting into it for the wrong reason. If you're getting into it just to trying to get 100,000 subscribers, you're doing it for the wrong reason. If you're getting into YouTube without having a passion for something, and that being what you're doing it for, anything other than that, you took a W already, because it's not gonna go for you. You gotta start. You gotta be passionate about whatever you are. YouTube is a marathon. It's not a race. What they're gonna do is a race. It's gonna be over in How many seconds?
9
And that's not how long he No, but for real. YouTube is a marathon.
I'm gonna be faster.
Yeah, YouTube is a marathon. It takes consistency. Y'all know y'all done heard that. YouTube is consistency. It's a marathon. You gotta keep going. Days you don't feel like it. If you want to reach higher levels, you're gonna have to get up, pick up that camera, man, and show the world. You know what I'm saying? Who you are. Sometimes the content ain't gonna be the best. Sometimes you gotta create the content. That's why they call it content creators. You have to, you know what I'm saying, see what you can find, that's interesting, that you think that your audience is gonna be drawn to. Y'all wanna know who inspired me to really start doing YouTube? That man right there, Rome, right there. Mission Flight. Romy Rome. I seen that man before I seen Tall Guy anybody. I seen this dude with this badass Hellcat. And I'm like, who the hell? Yeah, I'm like, who the hell is this dude, man? And I'm like, man, I said, listen, I like what he's doing. He authentic with it. You know what I'm saying? I started following, watching him. And I picked up a camera after me and my brother CJ started talking. Some of y'all might know who I'm talking about. But man, we started doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, man, all I can say is make sure is whatever you choose to do, like he said, make sure you do it what you love, and make sure that don't come in it with no excuses. You know what I'm saying? You cannot, man, I can't, no. The word cannot be in your vocabulary.
Right.
Free. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got.
You said
for y'all,
YouTube
man.
was a marathon, not a sprint, right?
True.
When did you start YouTube? What year?
I actually started it about 10 years ago doing a music video.
I remember that.
In my DVD series.
With the parties and all that.
Exactly.
I remember.
But then I
when
started
did you start
vlogging,
automotive vlogging?
Vlogging about 3 years ago.
So 17.
Yes, correct.
Okay, what year did you start YouTube?
2018.
He's gonna talk about him. He looking like a sprint right now.
G-Dog,
But
you
G-Dog, when did you start your YouTube? 09. I started YouTube January 2017. I will never forget the day that I started it. And I started it because I was watching a lot of YouTube content and I did not see myself represented, my unique self, right? To that point. There were other people on there, but I did not see myself represented. I didn't see the type of content that I wanted to start. And the reason why I want to bring that up is, it's never too late, but don't expect to be TJ out the gate. No, seriously though. Seriously. Sometimes you have that thing, right, that people are hungry for, that they're looking for. And, thankfully people like him, people like Omi, people like Tall Guy, they found that thing that people were hungry for and that they were looking for. So just continue with that. Can you close us out, brother?
Yeah, man. Hey, y'all, we got some food trucks out today. Make sure you get some food. Hey, let's get out here. Let's race. Let's have fun. We may go at it in competition, but in truth, it's all love. So let's bow our heads and pray for the racers. Dear Father, we want to come this time to thank you for everything that you've done for us. Make sure you keep us all safe. And please bless us as we go down this track. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. And no gap salt.
Yeah.